Among the vast universe's beauty lies within them, and their knight Argenti wanders around in the universe, spreading beauty.
Hello people, the Knight of Beauty will appear once again in the Fate of Gacha to test you and your luck. This video will discuss the following topics including the guide witch's build as well as should you pull for him or not. Without further ado, let's begin.
The beauty is eternal.
I'll skip the basic part. Argenti skill deals damage to all allies. Argenti has two types of ultimate. One ultimate takes 90 energy which deals less damage, whereas his second ultimate consumes 180 energy and deals big damage while also dealing extra damage 6 times. Argenti's talent. For every enemy he attacks gives him 3 energy and crit stack which is stackable 10 times. Argenti's first ascension gives him a stack when he takes turn. His second ascension regenerates him 2 energy when enemy enters battle. His last ascension makes him deal 15 more damage to enemies that has HP less than or equal to 50%. Argenti's technique stuns enemy and gives him 15 energy when enter battle. Now let's move on to his trace's importance.
Glory above all.
It should be obvious that his kit mostly revolves around his ultimate and thus his ultimate is the very first trace priority to be upgraded. Coming next is his talent and skill to be upgraded equally, whereas his basic attack has no need to be upgraded. For his ascension, none of them are life-changing or of so importance, but as always, unlock all of them. Never mind, let's move on to the relics and stats.
The beauty is eternal.
Talking about relics, the best in slot is the 4-piece champion set that gives physical damage as well as attack stacking passive. For alternative options would 2-piece musketeer and 2-piece champions or 2-piece champions and 2-piece hacker space. For ornaments, Salsado that gives crit and ultimate damage bonus or this red ornaments which gives attack and damage bonus can be used for universal use. For a great pure fiction set would be none other than Zagonia set which give crit rate and crit damage of about 40% crit damage which is huge. Azumo can also be used as you are using another erudition with him. Now for main stats. You would use crit damage body and attack or speed boots. For sphere, physical or attack percent, link should be attack. Energy recharge rope wouldn't be much beneficial. For substats, try getting crit the most. Then speed and attack. 1:2 ratio for crit as well as 3000 plus attack and 134 or over speed would be nice for him. Now then, let's move on to Lightcones.
Wretched, fleeting.
Argenti signature is the best option for him. It gives 36% crit damage as well as ultimate damage bonus based on his ultimate energy. It is at least 20% better than his better alternatives. One of his alternative would be the Jing Yuan Lightcone which gives crit damage, nice amount of attack as well as skill and ultimate damage bonus. Among the 4-star options would be Genius Response that gives both attack and crit damage. In F2P options, you can use Breakfast Lightcone that gives attack and damage boost or the new Memory of Chaos Lightcone which also gives buffs though it is pretty tricky to utilize its passive. Himeko Lightcone is another option but only makes sense to use it in pure fiction only. Battle Pass Lightcone is pretty great. Now for teams.
Embrace virtue.
Argenti is one of those DPS with the most synergies. He can work with several other characters. He can also work as a sub-DPS or second DPS in the team. If we talk about his sub-DPS teammates, they can be Himeko, Herta or Jade. Jade is going to be a pretty great fellow or Argenti in pure fiction as both of them are AoE. Tell me in comments if you are going to pull for her. Moving on to his supports, Argenti can almost utilize all the Harmony characters. In 5-star Harmony options, I'll name all the Harmony characters then: Sparkle, Bronya, Ruin Mai, Robin, you name it. Among his best 4-star supports would be Tingyan and Hanya, although Asta can also work. Yukong would be very niche and thus not suggested. For his sustains, Hua Hua is the top option as Hua Hua's ult gives energy which is vital for Argenti. Argenti can also use other sustains like Aventurine, Fuzuan etc. However, there is no need for a sustain when you can simply defeat enemies before they attack.
This storm shall pass.
Talking about Argenti Eidolons, Argenti first Eidolon gives him crit damage of about 4% for every stack. It is a pretty nice Eidolon as this would give him 40% crit damage. Moving on to his second Eidolon, the second Eidolon mentions that when there is 3 or more enemies present when Argenti uses his ultimate, this would increase Argenti's attack by 40%. This effect lasts for 1 turn. It is a nice Eidolon, however it can result in limited gameplay and mostly attached to pure fiction. Argenti third Eidolon increases his skill and talent level which is a sick action played by Hoyo. Argenti fourth Eidolon mentions that at the start of battle Argenti gains 2 stacks and it also mentions that this Eidolon would increase the maximum stack limit of talents effect by 2. Argenti fifth Eidolon upgrades his ultimate and basic. His last Eidolon results in his ultimate ignore 30% of enemies' defense. In my opinion his first Eidolon is pretty nice. Although his second Eidolon may give 40% attack though conditional, you have free will to get his Eidolons but that surely doesn't mean that they are valuable. You can either get his signature unless you already had it or even Jade if you want more party members for him that works nice with him. Now let's discuss about his Lightcone.
I owe this to a solitary rose.
His signature gives 36% crit damage and increases the wearer's ultimate damage bonus based on max energy. Each point of energy increases his ultimate by 0.36% at refinement 1. The maximum energy converted would be 180. This Lightcone is completely fixed with Argenti's ultimate. If we talk about the Erudition users, all of them can utilize the crit damage passive. However, for the ultimate part, few can make use of it properly. One of the top alternative candidate is Jade as she would be using quite much of her ultimate to upgrade her follow-up attacks. Other candidates would be Himeko, Herta and Jingyuan, but simply getting this Lightcone for them simply isn't worth it. If you want a universal Lightcone, get Jingyuan Lightcone instead which gives same crit damage value but also gives skill, ultimate for around 18% as well as follow-up attack damage bonus of 48% at refinement 1. Now let's discuss pros and cons of getting Argenti and should you pull him or not.
Light's duty is my guiding light.
When discussing about pulling him, I have divided them in pros and cons. If we talk about his pros, his first one would be him being an excellent pure fiction king. This is the place where he shines the most and getting him really helps a lot in getting more points in pure fiction. For someone like me who has skill issues, has been getting full stars with his help as well. Second reason would be his excellent synergies. I have discussed this reason in team composition. Third pros would be that he has an amazing design. I personally like his design as well as animation, so if anyone wants him for his design reason can surely see its importance. He is also great in completing calyx, but wouldn't make it a major reason. Now for his cons. One of his cons is Yunli. Yunli is an upcoming 5-star destruction character, a DN, just like how destruction characters takes away the stage of erudition characters. It is no surprise to see this happening again. Although Yunli kit is not finalized by the time I'm making this video, but still Yunli has much powerful kit and would perhaps power creep Argenti in terms of kit. Besides this, Argenti is no longer the best physical DPS as Boot Hill have recently arrived to the roster and does more damage even to a single target. Moving to the second cons. Another cons would be that his AoE makes him shine. As far as we know that pure fiction and perhaps apocalyptic shadow to some extent are beneficial for AoE characters, and that being said, you can indeed make him some insane damage dealer to single enemy like we do see in Strategic Showcase. However, that Argenti is with great investments as well as his allies who are 3 harmony characters, but again, for a matter of fighting single enemy, there are far more better options than using him. If we talk about third cons, Third cons would be that he is not very great generally. If we discuss about characters like Firefly and Acheron who have powerful kits and many pulled them for that cause, and even for a matter of pure fiction, there are many other options that can be used instead of him, which leads to pure fiction not being a major reason to pull for him. This pulling suggestions can be perhaps considered as based on my opinion in the matter of pulling or not. It is up to you to decide whether you like his design or not, found him important or not, or any other reason that comes into your mind. That should be it. Comment down whom you are going to pull for. Thanks for sticking till the end. Kindly subscribe or you will lose 50-50 to Himeko. The current aim for this channel is 100 subs. Your sub would be appreciated. See you next time.